Where am I? Ah, yes, I remember. I was trying to clean behind the refrigerator. I was moving it, and when... Oh, I must have died. Ha! Well, so it goes. The first step is a roleplay-focused game that takes place in a gray and empty afterlife. In this game, players will play as characters reminiscing about their former lives and trying to get to know each other. However, they don't actually trust each other, so they will be cagey about revealing any personal details, and will try to figure out who these other people are without revealing too much about themselves. At the start of the game, players generate their character using a combination of drawing cards and rolling dice, giving them a series of traits to write on their character sheet: a descriptor, character, regret, and legacy. For example, this player rolled that they are a distracted educator who regrets an unfulfilled obligation and left a legacy of an ignominious deed. The details of what these traits refer to is left to the player's creativity. They should take some time to interpret them and write a few specifics about what they mean in the notes area of their character sheet. Once players have made their characters, the game proceeds through a sequence of structured scenes where the characters talk about their former lives and try to discover the attributes of the other characters. These scenes include monologues. Oh, this cough has followed me into the afterlife. How dreadful. Meeting in pairs. The hit with your coworkers around the water cooler. No, I work from home and by myself. And a group sharing of personal anecdotes. I was just starting out on my job, right? They tell me that everyone on their first day has to with their own and I'm thinking, no way I'm doing that. So I go up to the first guy and I all over his. Needless to say, no newbies after me had to suffer through that anymore. At any time, if a player thinks they know one of another character's traits, they can write it down on their player sheet. They're allowed to reference the trait cards at any time to help make their guess. The earlier in the game a player makes a guess, the more points it is worth if they are correct. However, guesses cannot be changed. Players also score points when their traits are correctly guessed. However, if everyone guesses a trait correctly, the player scores nothing for that trait, so they should try not to make it too obvious. Toward the end of the game, the characters learn that this place is merely the first step in the afterlife, and the cards are consulted again as they must answer a question by which they will be judged in order to move on to the next step. How well can you read other players in these strange circumstances? Who can you trust when you're dead? What meaning can be found in this bleak existence when all you have is reflection on a life you'll live full of lingering regrets, plunging you further and further into the abyss? Find out by playing The First Step.